Hey, what's up? How's everybody doing? Alright, now I want to come on here and explain about Ray of Hope and what it entails. Okay, and who I'm challenging because I only have 44 subscribers, okay? But the main goal of this page is to, in the end, be able to bring it to the world's attention and educate people what they pay as a taxpayer and what people are sitting in jail for, and show people that fixing people and fixing the mental health problem is 10 times better. Go. 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 Sorry, dogs, they don't have no manners. But it's 10 times better to offer to fix that person than to not. And you don't return one to one's former self by sitting in a cell for 20 hours a day. That is not rehabilitation. Jail and prison offers zero. And a lot of people sitting in jails and sitting in prisons are people with dope fiend larcenies, got caught stealing 3 times. In some states, that's a life sentence. Okay? But you as the taxpayer are paying just as much as the person that's sitting in jail. And you're even paying more. People need to realize that they just don't sit there for free. They don't. You, the taxpayer, are paying to house them. They're not paying nothing. They're sitting there playing checkers. And sitting on their ass doing nothing. When they could be learning and changing themselves. Okay? And nobody really in recovery is talking about this. Yes, there are prison YouTubes, and yes, there's recovery. But they're not talking about the gray area. To where you, the taxpayer, are legit, in the end, paying for them to sit when, why don't we offer them the ability to get on mental health meds if they need it. Offer them the ability to better themselves. Teach them something. It'd be required that you go to school while you're sitting on your hind end in jail. I mean, we don't offer these preemptive things, but we will offer them everything to get high with for free. Make it make sense, folks. Like, I'm sorry, but make it make sense. It doesn't make any sense. Like here, where I live, it costs $250 damn for 1 week of Suboxone. And that's just to see the doctor. And yes, you can quit cold turkey. Yes. But people need that tie. They need that help of a peer support specialist. Or being able to talk to mental health. Or being able to get on a mental health med. And we don't, there's not, the service doesn't exist. It doesn't exist anywhere. And a lot of people that have never been in trouble with the law think, oh, well, they should just sit there. Well, do you know how easy it is to get charges nowadays? Contrary to popular belief, 2 years ago in the state of New York, it was illegal to go into a restaurant without your vaccination card. You would get arrested. So, come on, folks. Please don't be so close-minded. But I'm telling you, if there was community centers out there in every county that cared as much about the person themselves and fixing what is broken, or them even having the option to walk into a facility and say, you know what, I've been on my mental health meds for a minute, or I need help with it. I need help. And it not cost them a penny. It don't cost them a penny to sit in jail. You pay it as a taxpayer. Can you imagine how many people that would be in my idea of a recovery community center then be sitting in a jail cell, and then when they're done, they know how to be a productive member of society? And then, guess what? After you've created the productive member of society, using the same tax dollars that you would use to house them in jail and prison, you don't have to worry about them going back to jail. because they see what being sober can get them. They see that being sober gives them a roof over their head. They see that being sober and dealing with their mental health problems head on, and learning how to and having a peer support specialist there, having somebody to talk to that's been there, done that. Instead of sitting in jails and prisons learning how to make meth from a kitchen sink, or making liquor out of rotted fruit. I mean, come on. And I was just speaking to another YouTuber that was like, oh, I don't think it'll happen. Well, how many prison YouTube channels are they out there? How many recovery people are out here? And yes, they do work with recovery centers. Don't get me wrong. But they're not advocating for more. They're not vocalizing it and saying, you know what? Yeah, I do work for a recovery center, but do they have it in the next county over? Do they have it in the next state over? Or why aren't we why am I not advocating for full reform of this? Because yes, it does call out the government. And that can bring some backlash. And it does bring things that aren't pleasant to have to deal with. But I'm sorry, if you can set somebody in jail and in prison for driving without a license for years, which is absurdly stupid to me. You gotta drive anymore to work. People that live in the country, come on. Like, they create laws to keep us, and they keep us all scared to say anything. And I'm not scared, because I'm sick and tired as a person in recovery myself. I'm tired that I can walk around the corner from my recovery place, or where I go to get my mat, and they're handing out everything to get high with but the drug itself. But then when you ask them, what about free recovery? Oh, well, you can go to this blah 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 place right here, and you can call this number. Why can't you just walk in a door like you walk into prison or jail and say, I need help? Why? Make it make sense. They don't want that because they don't want the addict better. They don't. They make too much money off of them. And I hate to say that, I really do. But think about it. They don't make money off a sober person. Yeah, you pay taxes to keep up the other fuck-ups and the people like me that fucked up. Yeah, that's all you're doing. And what if we end that? Yeah, there will always be murderers. Yes, there will always be pedos. But we can house more pedos instead of letting them go. We can make sure the pedos stay where they need to be. Because that can't be fixed. I mean, get mad at let's really talk what it's about. And I challenge anybody that is in the recovery community, have you looked into other states and what they offer? Have you said, okay, what do I pay as a taxpayer in my state to house an inmate? And how many affordable recovery centers are in your state? I mean, ask those difficult questions and say, okay, well, why aren't we helping more? Like Jimmy McGill in Arkansas, he is doing wonders, but that's just for his state. We need to make this a nationwide, like, we're not stopping until recovery community centers and people that can have the things that they need to get back on their feet are available. And DSS don't provide it. Medicaid don't cover everything. And I mean, just think of how much better it would be if we actually truly fixed people via a recovery community center than sticking them in jail and prisons for bullshit. Yes, they've done wrong. But addiction led them there, and setting them there for weeks on end, months on end, years on end is not going to fix nothing, because when they get out, 9 times out of 10, they haven't been given the proper resources and the proper tools through peer support, mental health, if they have addiction problems, and then they don't even know what the world is like. They walk out them doors and, oh my God, everything has changed, and they're overwhelmed. But if we keep them out here in stealing a can of, if you in the state of South Carolina, you steal a can of peas 3 times, you're serving life. And they did that so they could make the money off the backs of taxpayers. Point blank in the discussion. It isn't to crack down on anything, because you're not cracking down on nothing. People are hungry. Yes, they may be an addict, but that don't stop them from having the ability to want to eat. We treat people coming in this country illegally better than we treat addicts, or treat our own veterans for that matter. So I challenge you. If you are a content creator on this platform that has dealt with addiction, has lived in addiction, that is a content creator of Prison YouTube, content creator of addiction recovery, I challenge you to say, you know what, enough's enough. We need to make worldwide change. We need to offer this. Enough's enough. And I get it. Yes, you're doing it in your state or where you're at. But if we merge together and unify on this idea of creating a recovery community center and putting interventions in place, and when I say free, you walk in the door and say, hey, I'm out of my schizophrenia meds and we got a 24-hour pharmacy. Okay, we call, verify you got you're on your meds, and we can get you your meds filled to you at no cost. Or you need a bed for the night, or you want a detox. We can offer that. And if anybody wants to hear what I have written down, please like or comment. You can also, I'll put my email in the description. But that is my goal, and I felt that I needed to come on here and explain it. And if you're truly passionate about recovery and people getting out of prisons and being productive, let's offer a solution, a tangible solution. And it helps the addict as well as the taxpayer. And I hope everybody has an amazing day. I hope I get a lot of people commenting on here that are for this community center, recovery community center, because I think it would change the way we view addicts and prison and jails all in general. I hope everybody has an amazing day. Remember, ray of hope of happiness. You matter. Peace out.